What's up, Jenny? Welcome in. We just driving. Lou, what up? What's going on, y'all? What's going on, STD? Man, we just driving. I thought I'd take y'all with me for a quick drive. I ain't been live in a minute. What's up, Oklahoma? What's everybody getting into Claudette? Damn. Everybody popping in this morning. Yeah, there ain't much going on the YouTube screens. It didn't look like this morning, so I decided to just go live and drive through Austin a little bit. Y'all can see the beautiful day in Austin today. For all you people that are up north and you got cold and snow, you can see the sunny blue skies and high 70s today. That's going to be almost 80 and then 80 something tomorrow here. What's up, Halo? We going to repo Big Man's whip? Don't take that man's car, man. That's all he's got. He can't take that dude's car. 35 and sunny. Yeah, no, man. No, it's like 60, maybe 60 something right now here. It was cold this morning. It was like in the 40s or something. What's up, Unindoctrinated? Yeah, it was like in the 40s this morning. 40, 30s, 40s, some shit like that this morning. I don't know. I didn't go outside until after it was already into the 50s. AJ went outside this morning and all I know is she was talking about, it's cold. I'm cold. Who will? What'd you say? Kaiser will get you for looking at your phone and driving. Fuck Kaiser. Give a fuck about that guy. That shit is crazy, man. I was, come on here, man, and see what you guys thought about doing Friday night rant maybe tonight about all that shit going on. That's just crazy, man. Oh, fucking direct dookie, direct douchebag, and fucking Kaiser and JJ and all that shit with Tab and FPS and all that. I was thinking about doing a stream. I don't know. My luck, though, every time I want to do a stream, man, Justice doesn't want to sleep well. Every time I try to like go early and talk about, hey, we're gonna stream tonight, blah blah blah, man, Justice doesn't want to go to sleep, or yeah, he likes to DoorDash, yeah, right. That shit was funny though, man. That shit was comical. I don't give a fuck who you are. If you couldn't get a laugh out of that, dude, the shit fucking Chris and Tab did to that guy, man, that shit was fucking hilarious. looks like Mama's still awake. I figured she'd be asleep. Baby was taking a nap when I left. What's up, baby? Baby was taking a nap when I left, so I figured Mama was napping, but she must be up or the baby didn't sleep long. Baby didn't sleep well last night. Had a rough night. You heard Hollywood got a tow truck? What's up, Polo Joe? What's up, 75%? Yeah. I swear, man, every time fucking Bow shows that guy Hollywood, man, any of his, his streams. Oh, because, I mean, it's just a drive stream. It's not like I'm doing anything else. But every time Bow shows that Hollywood dude, man, I just think there was this old guy. So back in the day in Ohio, man, there was this old guy. Yeah, he's still around. I seen him last time I was home. His name's Howard. I call him Uncle Howard. Uncle Howard. Uncle Howard. And that fucking Hollywood guy reminds me of Uncle Howard, man. Uncle Howard was a crackhead back in the 90s, man. I don't think he's cracking it up no more. I think he's an alcoholic now. But yeah, I seen him when I was in town last time. Uncle Howard. And he reminds me of that fucking, he just does the same shit. That fucking sun, man, is in my back window, dude. I can barely see the chat. So if I miss something, man, my bad. Okay, nap time. Yeah, you better take a nap. Let me roll up this window so maybe you guys are getting a lot of air. I had the window down. I'll be having the window down a lot. It's got to be like, it's seriously, man, it's got to be like 95, at least 95 degrees outside and the sun really beating down on me for me to turn. I don't know why it started buffering right there. I mean, it usually don't buffer in this area. Not until we get up further. Look at that Jeep. Y'all see that Jeep on the right there? Yeah, I seen that. I seen they had it live earlier. I kind of I rewatched it real quick. I rewatched it in 2 times to see what they was talking about Oklahoma. Man, I'm gonna save it for the Friday night rants, man. Because FPS is gonna be, or we'll be talking about that on Friday night rants. But I got a couple, and it's just my fucking opinion. You guys know that. I mean, and I love Chris to death, man, and I love Tiffany. You know what I mean? Like, I've known them for a long time. I've known them, almost since I got started out here, close to about the same time. Probably about 8 months in, and so I've talked to them many times on the phone and things like that. Had a couple interviews obviously with them, but we'll talk about that, man. Like, that whole system fucked up, and AJOT's got some some of her opinions to talk about, so I'm not gonna do it right now. What's up, Dub Wubs? But yeah, it's crazy out here on these YouTube streets right now. I just wonder. I mean, like, oh man, I ain't gonna. Cause I'll start ranting right now. I want to save it all for Friday, for tonight. I mean, I don't want to start ranting. I just thought I'd get on here and drive and tell you guys I might do a Friday night rant. I start talking about it too much, and I'll start ranting right now, and then Friday night rants won't go on, you know. Did I lose my chat? Well, Buffy the Livestream Slayer. That's a good one, Dub Wubs. That's a good one. I like that. We wasn't buffering again, was we? That shit was funny though, Buffy the Livestream Slayer. I like that. What up, Ohio Steve? Fucking, oh man, I was so mad last night too. Son of a bitch. I don't know how many of y'all in here watch sports or whatever, man, but but anybody that's been around me for a while knows that I'm a Steelers fan. And fucking Pittsburgh, man, they looked so fucking sad last night against the fucking Browns. Oh my God, they let fucking Cleveland beat them. But it was a fucking snowstorm, but that ain't the reason why they fucking beat them. Like, Cleveland was kicking their ass in the first and second quarter. I mean, Myles Garrett was he was tearing them apart. Fucking Pittsburgh's fucking line. Yeah, I'm ranting about football, though. I'm not ranting about the community, or the so-called community, I guess. Pittsburgh's fucking offensive line sucks. Period. Anybody that knows football and can see and can watch a game like that, you know that your fucking line sucks. You can't, when Russell Wilson's on their fucking run the whole fucking game because the fucking guys are getting in. I mean, how are you going to get, yeah, Browns, baby, yeah, fuck that. That game sucked last night. Pittsburgh sucks. Fuckers. Yeah. Yeah, I'm ranting about the Steelers. They pissed me off last night. Damn it. What up, Finn, brother man? Welcome in. Fucking Myles Garrett, though, man, was on fire. Ohio Steve, if you're a football fan, I mean, Myles Garrett was on fire last night, man. And look, I don't think Myles is a bad. I think Myles Garrett's one of the premier defensive players in the league, but Myles Garrett is not T.J. Watt. And anybody that says that Myles Garrett is crazy as hell. T.J. Watt may not have did nothing last night. What's up, Lenny? But T.J. Watt is a consistent game wrecker. T.J. Watt's consistent in all his numbers. Like, whatever. T.J. Watt's the best defensive player in the game right now. Period. And Myles Garrett runs a real close second to TJ Watt, for sure. Myles Garrett runs a real close to TJ Watt. And TJ Watt, and look, I'm not saying it lost the game for him, but that touchdown that Jameis Winston ran in, Nick whatever his name is, Herzberg or whatever, Nick Herbig, the other edge rusher on the other side of TJ Watt, he was held on that play. He had fucking Jameis Winston dead to rights in the backfield, dude, and he got held, and they showed it 3 times on the replay, and no one said a word. That offensive lineman hooked him and grabbed his shoulder pad and pulled him back onto the ground. Period. The fucking refs. I'm starting to believe that the NFL isn't rigged. Like the NFL is rigged for real. Last couple years, man, it's seeming that way. It's seeming like these referees want to call penalties. You know, when a game starts getting to a point like that, they don't want to call penalties because like someone higher up is like, oh, we want these guys to win. You know, it's good TV. It's becoming entertainment. Yeah, he was held. Like Nick Herbig had him in the backfield dead to rights, man. That he'd have never got that touchdown. And it would have been 4th down. Like that was bullshit. But I mean, Pittsburgh, when that kind of stuff used to happen, when I coached, who's that? I want to be an asshole. Or I was born an asshole. I can't read it, man, because I'm driving too well, but what the hell was I gonna say? Oh yeah, when I used to coach, you know, little league football, man, and I was a Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Welcome in, Tennessee. Every time I see someone say Tennessee, I always think of that song, that old rap song from back in the 90s. Tennessee. But yeah, we used to tell the young kids, you know, when I coached and all that back in the day, we used to tell them all the time, man, look, like you got to take the refs out of the game. Like, don't cry that they're calling stupid penalties, or don't cry about them not calling penalties. Take them out the game. Run that score up. You got to be better than that. You got to run that score up to where they can't fix the game. Like if you're playing good football, like real good football, they can't. There's no way. You know what I mean? Like there's no way they can the referee can change the game. But when you play a slop ass game like Pittsburgh was playing last night, I mean, come on. That shit was garbage, trash. But they're still 8-3, and they're still leading the AFC North. So I mean, whatever. They needed a lot. They were on a 6-game winning streak. So I mean, you know, it's, you know, you gotta take a loss at times. And usually that's how it is with Pittsburgh, man. They always lose to a real bad team, a team that's got like a real bad record. Like they did. I mean, look, they beat Baltimore last week. You know, Baltimore's, you know, a real good team, and then they couldn't beat the Browns last night. I mean, it just goes to show you. Yeah, probably. It's entertainment, right? NFL's became nothing but entertainment. I'm starting to believe it's scripted, man. I'm starting to believe it's scripted. I've noticed that a lot of people don't watch football, man. That like the people that are actually around the areas on YouTube that I hang around in. Usually a lot of them don't watch football and stuff, but no, I've always watched football. I've always been a sports guy. So I mean, I'm gonna watch it. What's up, Chris Mike? I watched the Jake Paul Mike Tyson acting session the other night. You know, did all that. I try to catch some UFC sometimes, man, when there's good fights on, you know, but anymore, I don't know most of them. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's all about money. I mean, when these guys get paid fucking, they work 6 months out the year and they get paid fucking, you know, $10 million for 1 year. I mean, it's gotta be about money somewhere, right? Yeah, I try to watch it, man, when I can, but like I don't know half the guys, you know. I was an old UFC watcher back, you know, Chuck Liddell and all them, Randy Couture, you know, Anderson Spider Silva, you know, this stuff. I was watching back then, but I haven't really watched a lot lately. So like when I see these names of these UFC fighters fighting and stuff, I'm like, man, I don't even know who that dude is. Like I ain't never even heard of him. Yeah, man, like everybody loved the Iceman, didn't they? Everybody but the people that were fighting him. Chuck Liddell was cool, man. Everybody liked him, man. He was like the people's champ, right? Well, it's like basketball, man. Like I used to watch me and my son were talking the other day, me and my son, and we were talking about basketball, and I was talking about the NBA, man. Like I used to watch the NBA a lot. Like I was all into it, man, for a long time until Michael Jordan retired, and then that's when I pretty much quit watching basketball, man. You know, and he's trying to tell me about all these new. Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know how to take that Mike Tyson. I might rant about that later, honestly. But yeah, when Michael Jordan retired, man, that's when I quit watching basketball, man. And my son was trying to tell me about all these new guys, and then trying to give me the whole, you know, LeBron James is the GOAT, you know, and everybody says Michael Jordan is, but LeBron James is way better, and you know, all that stuff. You know, these young kids. Damn, everybody bounced out. Are we buffering? Anybody that's left in here, are we buffering? Hello. Is there a buffer? Someone answer me in the chat. Any buffer? Everybody but me, yeah. I started talking about, see, I'm buffering. Yeah, I see you, Ohio Steve. Yeah. So, anyways, like I said, like the people that I hang with, they're a lot of the people in the YouTube that I run around. They usually don't fuck with sports. So, well, look, I was born an asshole. I told this is what I told my son, man. LeBron James wouldn't be as good as he is now playing in the league back then, right? Like the league back then was way more physical, man. Like they was putting Dennis Rodman and all them big guys elbows to people's heads and shit like that. So, what's up, Judd? Um, so to try to compare Jordan to, it's a whole different ball game. You know what I mean? That was a whole different league back in the '90s than it was now. You know, this league now is more sissified. They got a lot more rules. It's kind of like football. You know what I mean? Like football back in the '80s, '70s, and '80s, you could pick the quarterback up and slam him. You know what I mean? And it wasn't a penalty. Now, fucking quarterbacks, you know, it's two-hand tap pretty much with a quarterback. You know? So it's just, so that's like comparing, you know, Joe Namath playing football, or even Brett Favre, comparing Brett Favre playing football to Patrick Mahomes or Aaron Rodgers. Like Brett Favre, the league was a lot tougher, man, when it came to quarterbacks. Quarterbacks got smothered, you know, back then. Nowadays, you know, they barely get hit, man, and it's a fucking penalty. Yeah, LeBron played at Akron. I remember when he was in high school, man, he his team came and played. It was a big deal. They came and played Scott, Toledo Scott. And man, that fucking place was a madhouse. Yeah. Yeah, they're a bunch of sissies and they get paid way more. Look, I was talking nice about your buddy Brett Favre, AJ. I don't want to hear it. AJ's a Brett Favre fan, and I was talking nice about him. Yeah, man, Barkley, Rodman, like all them guys, they fucking, you know, back in the '90s and shit, man, you catch an elbow coming down the paint, you know, on Barkley or Rodman or something. Nowadays, man, these guys don't play like that. He tried to tell me, my kid was trying to tell me that Steph Curry was better than a whole bunch of people, man. And I was just like, man, you're crazy. It's like Steph Curry wasn't even hitting no three-pointers back in the day when there was, you know, back in like the Detroit Bad Boys. Like, remember that? The Detroit Piston Bad Boys? Fucking Isaiah Thomas and them. Come on, man. They were called the Bad Boys for a reason, because they used to fuck people up. That shit's crazy. Oh, was he? I didn't know Steph Curry was from Akron, was he? Did not know that. Jimmy Jackson was from around me, if you know who Jim Jackson is. Yeah, Jim Jackson's from Toledo, and I remember when Jim Jackson played high school ball. Jim Jackson, I think he's right around the same age as me, I think. And I remember him when he played at Ohio State. I actually towed his car. I went to his house one time. I got the dispatcher I worked with, he was all into sports, and he gave me the tow. He knew who it was and where it was, and he sent me on a tow specifically. He was like, hey, I got a good tow for you, man, go do this one. And I went to Jim Jackson's house and towed his BMW, and his BMW, it got towed. I towed it. I remember I towed his BMW because the battery was dead from sitting in his garage, because this was during the, you know, when during the season. So no one had started Jim Jackson's BMW at his house in Toledo for all that time. And then, you know, he came home after the season. I don't tow no more, Chris Mike. I haven't towed in 10 years. I towed for 22 years in northern Ohio, northwest Ohio. Uh, I'm an electrician now. I moved down to Texas and learned how to become an electrician, and then started a lighting and electrical business. So, yeah. And I always had the Tow for Life name, and I was so known by that name. If you ask Oklahoma, I'm the big name. He'll tell you. And anyways, I didn't want to change my name. Everybody told me I should change it at the beginning, but I didn't want to change my name because everybody knew who I was by Tow for Life, and I didn't want to change it, and I just kept it. I still keep it, and I love towing. Towing's in my blood. I mean, if I can do it again, if I can make money doing it again, someday maybe. All right, I was born an asshole. So maybe someday I'm gonna tow again. I'm sure. I'll probably do both. I'll probably be an electrician and tow. I think we'll see. I don't know what that is. Someone probably checking out the house, man. They're almost done with this house over here that I'm working on. But yeah, someday. But yes, I've done repos. I've done everything. Everything you can think of in the towing. People always ask me that. Did I tow for the police? Yes, I did. I worked for a guy that had probably at least 9 different towing contracts with police divisions in the northwest, in the Toledo area. Yeah, I mean, I think we all used to be bootlickers, man. If anybody says they weren't sort of bootlicker at one point in their life, they're probably lying. I mean, I think we all believe that the police were good people and this and that and this and that when we were young, you know. But then we got what they call woke. Right? I think everybody that's in here now in the chat and everything got woke. That's what it is. You got woke. Found out the police ain't that good. Oh, you was a bootlicker. Don't even try it. Look at all these people talking about I wasn't a bootlicker. So you never thought in your life, even when you were 11 years old, you never thought the police were good people? You always seen a cop and you thought that he was a piece of shit? Come on, man. I don't believe that. I don't believe your parents tried to even teach you that. What say you? I don't know. Your stepdad was a cop? Yeah. And A-Job, for sure, I know that your parents, at least well, yeah, I know that your parents both. I mean, they didn't teach, I'm sure they raised you to know that cops were probably good people. They raised you that way. I'm not saying they are good people. Don't twist my words. Oh yeah, for sure. I know how they work now, pretty much. And I don't even just say cops, dude. I'll say just government in general, right? Like we have a lot of people like focus on the police, man, but it's government in general, dude. The government in general is corrupt. That's why cops are corrupt. Because the government's corrupt and government allows them to be corrupt. So that's what I believe. Too man. Look, man, it's any way you go with that conversation. I've learned over the years in this community, any way you go in that conversation could be taken the wrong way, right? Because I believe if there was better training, I believe there's good cops out there, man. And if they had better training and there wasn't so much thin blue line and all that bullshit, like, and this comes from the top, right? It doesn't come from, inside. Everybody here probably has worked for a place, man. Like, you don't tell, the shit happens, like even at any job, right? Shit happens and you don't just tell on people, you know what I mean? Like, even if you're like working in retail or something, like someone breaks something or something like that, you know what I mean? Like, you don't run and tell management, right? Everybody just kind of sweeps it under the rug and acts like it never happened, right? Well, it's the same. And if you were the person that was running the management, what would happen to you, right? Everybody would be against you, and everybody would fucking, you couldn't work, or your life would be hell at work. And that's how I believe like the good cops are. They wanna fucking out the shit, but they can't, because if they do, then they're gonna get ostracized. And everybody says moral. Everybody says like morals and oh man, if you're morally right and this and that and this and that. Look, man, sometimes, not even sometimes, man, all the time, period, point blank, taking care of my family is number one, right? Taking care of my daughter right now, to me, my daughter right now is number one. And I've never held any bones about it, and Ajot knows it. My daughter is number one, dude. And nothing's gonna stop me from taking care of my daughter. Right? And I don't give a shit if someone calls me a bootlicker, someone calls me a snitch or whatever. But if it's gonna make sure that my daughter, if I'm doing something that's gonna make sure my daughter's well taken care of, dude, I'm doing it, man. Period. Because ain't no one else taking care of my daughter, right? And that's kind of where I'm getting with the good cops, man. If they out the bad cops, then they're going to get outed themselves, and then who's taking care of their family? You know what I mean? A lot of them have kids and wives and all that shit to take care of. You know what I mean? Like, and I know people will say, well, that doesn't make them a good cop then if they just turn a blind eye and blah, blah, blah. But we got to fix the other part of it, man. I'm at work. I'm at the job. I'm waiting on somebody to show up. So, thank you. Give my daughter a kiss. I mean, that's the way I look. 75%, that's the way I look at it, dude. I'm a realist, right? It's like these people say, I'll never call the cops on anybody. Da 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 da. Man, that's bullshit, dude. That's bullshit. To tell me you'll never call the cops. Oops. To tell me you'll never call the cops on anybody, man, I think that's complete 100% bullshit. Because I actually one time, and this was a couple years back. This just happened a couple years back. And I was in my garage. Believe it or not, dude, I'll tell you the story. I have the fucking video. So I was in my garage. I was live streaming on YouTube. This was when I first started on YouTube. What's up, Slow? I was live streaming on YouTube, and I was in my garage, and I heard a woman yelling outside my house, screaming like she was being hurt, right? I got up off the live stream. I went to my garage door. I looked out. There was a car across the street sitting, and I heard the girl yelling and screaming, and it wasn't like it was a scream like she was like just yelling at the guy talking about fuck you motherfucker, blah 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 blah. No, she was screaming like he was hurting her or something like that. And when I came out, I had a flashlight in my hand, and I fucking shined the flashlight on the car. And as soon as I shined the flashlight on the car took off. And I fucking called the police, man. Because I don't know, to me, it seemed like that girl might have been in trouble. You know what I mean? Like, how would I be if I didn't call the police? How would I feel if I didn't call the police and then I found out they found some girl dead in a ditch a mile away from my house the next morning? You know what I'm saying? So morally, to me, I'd have felt like shit. So I called the police. Yeah, I'm a snitch, whatever. Listen, I got another one for you. Slow burner. And I could if you would call me on this on my Friday night rants, I'd have used this as a rant. But listen, let me explain something about snitches. I love how people call people snitches too. This is fucking great out here in this community. I love how people call people snitches. Listen, you come to my house, you pick me up, you say, hey, Toe, let's go over here, right? And I go with you. And you say, hey, man, I'm going to stop at this carryout. And we stop at the carryout. And you walk inside that fucking carryout, and you pull out a gun, and you rob that carryout and come out running and jump back in the car. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get out the fucking car, and I'm going to stand there, and I'm going to wait for the cops to come, and I'm going to say, it was blah, 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 and he was driving blah, 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 and he lives blah, blah, blah. Call me a snitch all you want. Now, the other hand is, you come pick me up, and you say, hey, Toe, we're going to go over here, but we're going to stop by this carryout. I'm going to rob it first. And I say, okay. Then if I snitch on you then I'm a snitch. But if you put me in a situation that can take my fucking freedom away without telling me, I'm snitching on your cool ass. I'm going to be honest with you. Period. I ain't going to jail for nobody, bro. I ain't going to jail for nobody's stupid fucking acts. So you act fucking stupid without telling me and me agreeing upon it when you're with me, I'm snitching on you, dog. But here on the YouTube streets, if you say anything about somebody that they think that you weren't supposed to say, you're already a fucking snitch. Like, I don't get it, man. It's so stupid, dude. People are dumb. I'm going to get into this rant later on tonight, man. That's why I'm going to do the Friday night rants. But I'll get into it later on tonight. But I'm not going to get into it now because this is going to be part of my rant. First off, yeah, true, right? Yeah, you don't hang with people that's going to do that. But I was using that as a hypothetical, right? Like I know a guy that actually, I know a guy out here on YouTube, and I'm not going to say his name, but I actually know a guy out here on YouTube that situation kind of happened for him. But he did not snitch. He went to jail. He didn't never snitch on his people, but they fucking went and he was with them, and he was sitting in the car, and they went and robbed somebody and didn't tell him. And then it came out, and then he ended up going to fucking jail, dude, for it. And I know this person. Fuck the YouTube streets, right? Like I said, I'm gonna rant about it later. I don't want to give away too much, man. I'm gonna keep it on the DL. But yeah, we're gonna get into that about the YouTube streets tonight if I go live. We're gonna get into that on the Friday night rants. So, but hey, man, my people are all showing up that I was waiting for. So I'm fixing to jump out of here, man. We dropped back down to like 4 people watching, 5 people watching, 6 people. So I appreciate y'all. I turned my camera towards me, man, but y'all don't want to look at me right now because my hair, I need to get my hair cut and I'm unshaven and I look like shit right now. But so I'm just gonna do my out and all that. Be looking for me and Age Out to go live later on tonight, man, on Friday Night Rants. Hopefully we can get it together and do it. But I'm gonna get out of here, man. I love all you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me and chilling, hitting that like. If you haven't hit that like on your way out the door. And I love you guys, and we out this bitch, y'all. Toodles. Come on, mother.